Hi, I'm James Goulsbra, and with me is Amy Hancock. We are the Being Counsellor Boss podcast hosts, and today we're doing a series of episodes on how we do what we do.
So today we're going to talk about self-assessment tax returns. So, self-assessment tax returns, what bit of software are you using? If you're using software, that is.
Oh, no, I still like to write it by pen. Handwriting.
Is this allowed by pen?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, we use TaxCalc.
Ditto, tax calc for us as well.
But we do have we do have a client who historically has always done their tax returns handwritten. And that's interesting.
Handwritten?
Yep. So written them out, post them in.
And post them?
Yep.
I have a feeling you might still be able to post them in.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so they have been.
By the end of October.
And that was it's an interesting time to retrieve the information for all that.
I don't think I've ever done a handwritten tax return. Huh.
Those are the days. But no, we use TaxCalc and it's seamless, which is great for us.
Yes, I use the same. I did right up until I took this side hustle accountancy practice full time. I was using the HMRC website because it's free and it did everything. Definitely having a bit of software is easier. I do have some clients on free agent, which they do have the ability to do them. I just haven't done that because I've got TaxCalc and it rolls everything forward and it's just works well. And I like the reporting as well, the different reports you can get on TaxCalc.
Yeah.
So, process of preparing a self-assessment tax return. Are you accepting clients giving you information on paper, on Excel, or are you enforcing software?
Oh, yeah, we do all.
Okay.
We obviously, as I said in the previous episode, which is we still have clients that still want to deal with the paper. They're recording their books or ledgers or a badge or receipts with bank statements. The client, obviously, I spoke about that used to do their own tax returns by writing. All their workings are on the back of the cardboard that you get when you buy a share from a shop. So that's been quite interesting working.
We've evolved from the back of cigarette packets to back of cardboard.
And it goes back 20 odd years. So you're trying to work out, and they've got such a vast investment portfolio. So we need to see that information because we're still working the capital gains on his on the shares that are being sold. So that brings its challenges.
Yeah.
Excel, because people like to keep recording of things, it's quite straightforward. We just plug that into our summary, which we then put into TaxCalc.
Yep.
But we are starting to push more clients into software because obviously what could happen in a couple of years' time, we want to get ahead of the curve. We want to make sure that we are working with them to understand why we're doing it rather than leaving it so the legislation changes and it's brought out and then we've got to get everyone onto it. So we're trying to bring them ahead of the game, get their head around it so it makes it a smoother transition from software to do the tax return.
Yes, I feel that we're doing the same. We do have a lot of subcontractors that are still manual, right? Keep the receipts and want to pass it over. And I feel actually technology is changing for us as accountants and bookkeepers. A lot of us are adapting to it and changing with it, but to expect our clients to do exactly the same as that and move at the same pace can be too much.
Yeah.
Spoken with other people that have been, nope, it has to be electronic, it has to be on Excel, it has to, and I feel a lot of my clients are just not ready for that. And do I want to force them down the route? Yes, I agree. In a couple of years' time, making tax digital 2026, 2027,
28 maybe,
and onwards, you're going to have to report quarterly. But that doesn't necessarily mean our clients need to be using this software. We can do it for them.
You're working with them, aren't you?
Exactly. And I don't think I'll ever get to a point where I'm going to be, nope, I'm not having any paper. I mean, I don't have paper in my house necessarily. I just have a bag of receipts. They're getting back. Clients are getting better. It's not a Sainsbury's carrier bag anymore or any other supermarket.
Bag for life.
bag for life.
Yeah, you go. It's going up in the world.
Yeah, but we're getting some plastic wallets through now because people are not using so much paper, so there's more wallets available.
Yeah.
Or actually, I've got to the point where I use old plastic wallets of mine. So someone gives me a bag, I then put them in. There aren't as much of that, but I don't think I'm going to force people to do it. I give them the give them the option, and that leads me on to pricing. Do you price your self-assessment clients differently depending on what they give you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. So if it's paper, then we factor in that it's more of our time to analyse the receipts, the sales invoice book,
okay,
all the ledgers. If it's Excel, we're summarising stuff. We're able to write formulas to extract the information we need to get into the summary that we do before we plug it into TaxCalc. And if it's software, well, it's all very different, because 9 times out of 10 we're able to look at this beforehand. We may be doing the monthly stuff for them, advise them, so we'll just put out information to create the tax return. So it's our pricing is accordingly to their needs.
So you touched on something then about Excel. So if someone's doing Excel and you're putting it into a format that you can import to TaxCalc, is that correct?
We kind of have a summary, so it creates a summary, so we got and we analyse it, and then we can put it into.
Oh, so fine. So it's not a direct import.
No.
I was thinking, I'm not doing that. I don't know anything about that.
No, not there yet. Let's give me an idea though.
That is an idea. How can we do that? We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the pricing. So are you saying that someone that gives you paper records are going to be charged more than someone giving you Excel? And if someone giving you Excel is going to be charged more than someone?
Yes. Yeah. So we have a slightly, again, tiered approach to our pricing. There is a method to our madness.
Yes. And on that, how are you pricing the paper ones? You're saying about time. Do you charge by chargeable hours on self-assessment tax returns, or are you looking at volume?
Looking at volume.
Volume, okay.
Yeah, rather than time. We are pretty much, as a practice, moved away from the time-based model. Yeah. We still, in elements, do that with other projects, but for self-assessments, it's more the volume.
And how are you going to price that? I'm delving deep now.
How are we pricing that?
How are you pricing the volume? Because you're not going to know the volume of the receipt. Are you going, okay, that looks about 100 transactions.
Yep.
I'm going to charge.
I guess it's experience.
X.
It's experience.
Okay.
So you can see what's going on, and you can see what you might need and might not need.
Okay.
And from that, where we'll put the price of that. Have we got it wrong? Yes.
Yeah.
Have we then decided a year later we're going to put it up to factor that in? Yes.
So you have different prices for different people based on their volume?
Yeah. We have we have a structure, but that gives us scope to move.
Okay.
Because we're trying to encourage at some point the team to be at the forefront and to be talking to clients, and they have a responsibility to price rather than they do the meeting. It comes to us, and then we got to.
And then you've got to.
We've not had that experience, not met the clients. Then we're trying to make sure that we're singing off the same hymn sheet.
Okay.
What about you?
I've got flat rates.
Okay.
So currently, and this will be changing, by the time this comes out, I've already changed it. You'll get to know that with me. I change my pricing quite a bit as I'm still learning how long.
I think that's the important thing to put out there, is that we are learning.
Yes.
And we get it wrong.
Yes. Yeah. So my starting rate is $250 plus VAT.
Yep.
And then it's $350 if it's manual.
Okay.
But in the last couple of months, I've taken on a tax manager, and she has said, no, that is way too low.
Yeah.
But you're probably going to say the same to me.
No, because our pricing is roughly, we start at $250 with some, and it just goes up.
Yeah, I think my directors, some of them are lower than that, just because legacy.
Oh yeah, well, admittedly, if we're doing the company accounts and the director's tax term, they're £150 plus VAT.
Yes.
Because we're already doing the work as part of the company stuff. So
but
therefore,
do you factor in if they have other income? Do you then?
Yes. So
and that's where I've probably gone wrong.
Yeah. So we have, say, rental income, or they have an investment portfolio.
They're a $250.
Yeah, or cryptocurrency, which people are forgetting about. But,
my post the other day about HMRC contacting me about a client that hadn't declared a crypto gain that client actually has said that they didn't have a crypto gain. So that may continue for a while.
Yeah.
Yes. So then I think I am going to increase my prices because my tax manager, I'm paying by the hour.
Right. So you're looking at now the hourly cost. Now looking at an hourly cost to you rather than volume based.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the tax manager is doing pretty much all of my self-assessment tax returns at the moment. So I'm factoring in her cost.
Yep.
And saying, right, okay, I'm not the time it's taking to do them, and having a flat rate actually for everyone. I think I mentioned about in the previous episode about the accounts, having a flat rate for everyone is not working for me because there are different factors, exactly like you're looking at now. But it was a starting point.
Yeah.
And I will be looking at the pricing as we go through. So I want to touch a bit on Making Tax Digital.
Are HMRC ready?
Well, they're testing, aren't they? Is it called testing now?
Beta.
No, I think it's called testing.
Is it?
I don't know. Beta or testing, whatever.
What about?
I think it will. I think
it's going to happen.
It's going to happen. Just not sure when.
No.
What are you doing now?
So we are looking at putting clients that we feel will need to be doing the quarterly reporting, looking at potentially next year having them on software.
Yeah.
Because we feel that it's important for us to get our head around what we need to do, and also they've got to learn a new way of the reporting. Obviously, what we've had is a very simplistic reporting, so it's going to be, I think, three or four
three liner
of like turnover, cost, and profit.
Yeah.
I think. But as we've also discussed, we're going to do it. So we're looking at it. So we're doing a bit more work with them and say, look, this is your first quarter, and this is the profit you're making on it. Potential tax liability projected for the rest of the year could be this.
Okay.
So we're doing already the work. So by the time it comes to the tax return, we're kind of like we do with the companies. We're kind of already getting
looking at that.
We know what the tax liability potentially could be.
Yeah.
Rather than just ticking a box for the reporting. Obviously, that's what we're going to try and do. Whether we can achieve that is going to be, well, we will see, because we've got to re-educate clients. That's the hardest part.
Yes. I think actually I've had conversations with clients about this pre-2023. Was it coming in? And so a few of them, I've got them on, they've gone on to QuickBooks, whether it be self-employed or essentials, various different versions. And I've encouraged them to get a separate business bank account. There's so many different free business bank accounts now that actually, and even you look at NatWest and Metal, you can get free agent for free as part
exactly, and they're one of the ones who are recognised on this testing phase of HMRC.
Yeah. So I've already started that process of getting them on there, and I've sent out emails targeted to the sole traders that don't have anything to say. Can you go and get yourself a business bank account? It will make your life easier.
Yeah.
It will make our life easier when we get to that point.
It's a good way of looking at it, and it'll be interesting to see what our peers are doing as well, because I think we're all going to have a slightly different approach to this as we try to get ready for it.
Yeah.
Are there any problems? Probably. But I feel if we can, as a profession, can collaborate and share more, I think then we're actually going to be able to help HMRC a lot more.
Yeah.
And the ultimate win is the client.
Yeah.
I think by doing this, but it's the unknown. I think is making everyone a little bit wary.
I think for clients as well, they're thinking price.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's something. Yeah, I mean, like the software providers are putting on TV. No, you do it yourself, and it okay. Yes, you can, but if you're just whacking through on your phone and bank reconciliation, and you're putting stuff in the wrong place, you know, the amount of times we see people put drawings as wages. Then that's reducing the profit, the taxable profit. That's an issue because then they're underpaying profits. So they could trip themselves up, which is where we can help them. You know, we can protect them a bit more. That just needs to be more.
I feel
clients like, aware of that.
I feel like though, with the 3 lines that are going in quarterly, like if they don't marry up with the year-end tax return, what are the implications?
That's what I'm saying. That's the point of us by doing the quarterly, looking at it and be able to help the client. We're making sure that it's not open up a can of worms, because that could happen. Yeah,
but I'm not sure whether in the initial stage HMRC will do anything if it's massively wrong.
I think they're going to very quickly learn and maybe retrospectively go back and do stuff.
If someone's declaring $2,000 a quarter and then and then at the end of the year, 60 grand. I don't know. We'll have to see what the implications are. So, in summary, we are both using TaxCalc to do our tax returns, and we are pricing a bit differently, but we're getting to the point we all need to look at people's volume and how they're sending in the information, and preparations for MTD. Still in the back of our mind. Might be something we get to in 2025. We'll keep an eye and see what happens. And thanks for listening. Any questions, please reach out to us, and we look forward to speaking to you soon.